Most men who've been training for more than a year have already invested hundreds of hours into chest workouts, flat bench presses, cable flies, endless sets, yet their chest still looks flat. It's not because they aren't working hard enough. It's because they've been putting all that effort into the wrong exercises and the wrong execution. Their chest barely participates in those movements. The solution isn't more volume. It's understanding why your chest stopped responding and exactly what needs to change. So let's break it down step by step and explain why the flat barbell bench press fails to build an impressive chest for most men. The flat barbell bench press is probably the most popular chest exercise in every gym, but for a huge percentage of lifters, even after years of consistency, it produces very little chest growth. The reason is structural. A barbell locks both arms into a fixed movement path. If that path doesn't match your individual chest fiber direction, your triceps and front delts automatically take over, and your chest receives very little mechanical tension. You can keep adding more plates to the bar, while your chest stays exactly the same. EMG studies comparing the barbell bench press with the dumbbell press consistently show that, for most people, dumbbells create greater chest activation. Why? Because your arms are free to move naturally, following a path that matches your own anatomy, instead of being locked into one fixed barbell path. So if the flat bench has been the foundation of your chest workouts, and your chest still refuses to grow, it's not because you're lazy. It's because the movement simply doesn't fit your structure. Exercise number 1, incline press, build your upper chest. The moment you raise the bench slightly, everything changes. The mechanical demand shifts away from the shoulders and triceps, and onto the upper chest fibers, also known as the clavicular head. This is the part that creates that thick shelf across the top of your chest. The fullness that shows through every t-shirt and gives your chest a complete three-dimensional appearance. Start with the incline barbell press. Grip the bar slightly wider than shoulder width. Lower it under control. Feel the stretch in your upper chest, and never rush the descent. Drive the weight upward with your chest, not your shoulders. Keep your chest lifted during every rep. Now comes the movement where most people finally start seeing results, the incline dumbbell press. The reason is simple. Dumbbells allow your arms to move freely. Your elbows naturally find their strongest position, and at the top, you can bring your hands slightly inward, allowing the chest to contract much harder, instead of simply locking out your elbows. But here's where almost everyone makes a mistake. Most people instinctively use a very steep incline, because it feels like more upper chest. Unfortunately, that's exactly when the front delts steal the workload. The upper chest gets very little. The sweet spot is only slightly above flat. 1 or 2 bench notches, roughly 30 degrees, is all you need. A 2022 Journal of Human Kinetics study compared multiple incline angles and found that 30 degrees produced significantly greater upper chest activation than 45 degrees. At 45 degrees, front delt activation became almost identical to an overhead press. The most effective angle is also the one most people ignore. Do 3 to 4 sets for 6 to 10 reps. Control the lowering phase. Squeeze hard at the top. Feel the stretch, but avoid completely locking your elbows. The chest should move the weight, not your arms. Pressing builds thickness, but pressing alone leaves major gaps in chest development. Why? Because it never fully challenges the chest through its complete range of motion. Exercise number 2, cable flies, the science of constant tension. Here's the biggest limitation of every pressing exercise. As your arms straighten, the tension on your chest actually decreases. At the top of a dumbbell press, your chest is fully contracted, yet the resistance is almost gone. Gravity pulls straight down, while the dumbbells are directly above your shoulders. Ironically, the position where your chest should contract the hardest is where it works the least. Cable flies solve that problem. Cable resistance follows the angle of the cable, not gravity. When set up correctly, your chest stays under constant tension, from the deepest stretch, through the strongest middle position, all the way to peak contraction, where dumbbells provide almost no resistance. Research published in the European Journal of Sport. Science found that exercises maintaining constant tension throughout the range of motion produced significantly greater muscle growth than movements where tension disappeared near the end. That's exactly why cable flies often outperform both dumbbell flies and machine flies for chest development. Set the cables slightly above shoulder height. Place an incline bench between the towers. Sit back, grab both handles, and perform the fly with a slight bend in your elbows. Remember, this is not a press, and it's not a straight arm movement. That slight elbow bend protects the shoulder joint, while keeping maximum tension on the chest. Now for the most important coaching cue. Keep your chest up, and your shoulders pulled back. During the entire movement, the instant your shoulders roll forward, your chest switches off, and your front delts take over. Keep your forearms following the cable path. Stop each set before your shoulders begin collapsing forward. Once that happens, the set is over. Complete 3 to 4 sets for 10 to 15 reps, holding a full 1-second squeeze at the top of every repetition, taking the final set close to failure. Then move into incline cable flies. Complete 3 to 4 sets for 10 to 15 reps, holding every peak contraction for a full second. Train your chest twice each week. A 2016 meta-analysis showed that when weekly training volume stays the same, training a muscle twice per week produced roughly 50% greater hypertrophy than training it only once. You don't need more exercises. You don't need a heavier bench press. You need the right movements, the right technique, the right load, the right frequency, and enough protein to recover properly, so your training can finally produce the chest you've been working for. If this video helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more science-based fitness content.